Disney Vibes Podcast, talking insider tips, tricks, and pixie dust. For the most magical place on Earth, here's Andrew and Heather.
Back and better. This is episode 66 of the Disney Vibes Podcast, brought to you by Magical Destinations Travels. You like us, our content, our show, show your support, book your next vacation, Disney World, DCL, Disney, all Disney cruises, bookmdtravel.com. It costs you absolutely nothing, and you get the support of an outstanding travel agent. You can also download Disney Vibes Podcast wherever you get your podcast from. Please, 5-star review, give a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that support as it does help us. Heather, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling wonderful. I'm
Great.
actually excited to learn more about what you're going to share.
Yeah, so we're going to skip all of our jokes and would you rathers because just yesterday, Disney has announced and dropped a bombshell. And the way I put it was they kind of, to play on what's been going up socials, they hucked Tua on Genie Plus. They spit it on it. They're done. They're done with it. Genie Plus is dead. Genie Plus is dead. That's right, folks. I repeated, Genie Plus will be dead, I should say, as of July 24th. So
July 24th.
that is the big thing. It is now going to be called Lightning Lane, which we've had, okay? Mm-hmm. But you're going to be able to plan ahead with Lightning Lane entry at Walt Disney World starting July 24th. So here is the official press release from the Walt Disney Company. Coming soon, new ways to plan ahead at Walt Disney World. Guests have told us they would prefer to have the option to do more of their planning before their theme park day. So this summer, we will make changes to our Disney Genie Plus service and individual Lightning Lane entry, including new ways to plan ahead. On July 24th, Walt Disney World will introduce new, simpler names to provide more clarity for everyone. I don't know if it's really a simpler name, to be honest. But
Okay, if you keep going, it makes a little bit more sense, but yeah.
I mean, Genie Plus, that's not really, anyways. Simpler name, maybe not. But anyways, back on task. Here we go. Disney Genie Plus service will become Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, while individual Lightning Lane will now be known as Lightning Lane Single Pass. Okay? Following so far?
Okay, yes.
People are going to have to dive into this.
Yes.
They're all Lightning Lanes. There's going to be a multi-pass line and a single pass, right?
Multi-pass line meaning more than one. That's how I'm
exactly
doing it right now.
Right. We will also be updating Lightning Lane passes to help guests. Make Lightning Lane plans before you're there. So before you arrive at Disney properties for added confidence and convenience.
Hold on. But Disney properties, so you do not need to be on property nor their Wi-Fi in order to do that. Okay,
Correct.
Got it.
Choose your experiences and times prior to purchasing so you know what you're getting. So you don't even have to purchase it. You can say, oh, man, I'm not buying this. I can't get Slinky Dog till 7 o'clock at night. Okay? And book Lightning Lane passes for multiple vacation days all in a single day. So you can plan it all out in advance. Here's how Lightning Lane passes will work beginning July 24th. So, Lightning Lane Multi-Pass. When guests purchase Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, they may make up to 3 Lightning Lane selections in a theme park in advance of your visit. Mm-hmm. You'll also be able to choose available times as you make your selections. On the day of your visit, once you use a selection, you may check the My Disney Experience app for availability to make an additional selection. So as you go through the turnstile and check in or what have you, you will then get to make an additional one.
So you don't have to wait 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever that.
Right, the confusing of Genie Plus. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now that's the multi-pass. Lightning Lane Single Pass will work much like it does today, where the guests will secure a time to ride one of our most highly demanded attractions, but now you'll be able to make that purchase and plan in advance. So if you know you want to go on Tiana's, now you'll be able to do it in advance.
So we don't need to create set alarm clocks anymore?
So, no, yes you do. I mean, well, you don't have to, but that is if you don't want to pay. That's the virtual queue.
Right. Okay. Got it.
All right.
Yep.
So how to plan ahead. So guests staying at a Disney Resort hotel and other select hotels such as Shades of Green, Walt Disney World, Swan, and Dolphin hotels. All right. So that's the key here. All right. On property. Okay. On property. You'll be able to plan Lightning Lane passes up to 7 days in advance. So your booking window for that is 7 days in advance. But much like dining, for your entire stay, it could be up to 14 days because if you're staying for a week, you then have the 2-week window. All other guests can plan up to 3 days in advance.
There's a little caveat there. Okay.
So if you are not on Disney property, you get 3 days. Annual pass holders, you get 3 days unless you are staying on property, right? So it kind of takes away, the locals or those who have those annual passes. You do not get that luxury as much, let's say. These advanced purchase windows will let guests secure some of their must-do rides and experiences after they've had some time to decide what dining reservations they want to book, because that's still 60 days, and any other plans they may need to consider. Guests may purchase a Lightning Lane multi-pass, a Lightning Lane single pass, or both. So you can do both, right? So essentially, you can get, 4 rides planned in advance, 4 attractions. Because you could do a single pass and 3 multi-pass and have that already planned out in your app 7 days before you even arrive.
I have a question.
Sure.
Well, I'm just trying. Well, so I'm trying to, because it's all new. But is this a per person fee?
Of course. They have not announced the fee yet, but it's going to fluctuate, obviously, based on park, availability.
And thinking out loud, the current way, not the way that we're talking about right now. It's
Genie Plus.
Genie Plus. Everything there. There's only one type of option where you pay.
Correct.
It's only one. Okay.
Well, they have Genie, and then they have Genie Plus.
Well,
Genie
Plus
is free, which says, oh, hey, this attraction has short amounts of time right now.
And then
Genie Plus
is where it all
you go through the turnstile, you can then book your next one. You can't enter for another 60 minutes, blah, 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 right.
So ideally, that's when you could do 3 there still, anyways?
Genie
Or
Plus,
just,
you can't plan ahead. You go
just
through one
and then it's,
yeah.
okay. Holy moly. Okay.
Right. So you can purchase both. The app will also be updated. So before your travels, please make sure you update your apps. Okay. Make sure you update them.
Close it out, reinstall it.
Yeah.
Be your best
Go to
bet.
the App Store, the Google Play Store, whatever it may be. It'll be updated to make it quicker and easier to purchase, directly in the app and plan with fewer steps, and a new option to purchase the Lightning Lane Single Pass and Lightning Lane Multi-Pass in one transaction. So you don't have to do separate ones. Lightning Lane passes will blend features from their current services and the previously offered Fast Pass Plus service, giving guests the choice to plan ahead and removing the hassle of planning during their vacation. And there is a video that Heather will post.
I have to watch it.
For a quick video demonstrating how Lightning Lane passes at Walt Disney World Resort will work. Now, that's East Coast. Disneyland Resort, so the West Coast, will also use the new Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass names beginning July 24th, based on the different ways we know guests visit Disneyland Resort. The way guests purchase, select, and redeem Lightning Lane passes at Disneyland Resort will remain the same. The complimentary features of Disney Genie service will continue to be available in the My Disney Experience and Disneyland apps. Both apps have also gotten a series of upgrades over the last year to make features easy to use, including making dining reservations, mobile food ordering, and more. Okay, the big thing, though, that I will also want to say that the socials blew up with this, and there was someone who literally said, well, I guess the person who created Genie Plus is fired, right? Let's be honest. But this, I know what they're calling it. I get it. It's Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass and whatever. This is Fast Pass Plus. That's exactly what it is. Because if you remember the old Fast Pass Plus system, you were absolutely able to book your attractions up to 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't have the individual paid feature then, but you were able to book 3, right?
Yeah.
And then you would go and you used to get a paper coupon, remember, at the kiosk.
Yeah, I remember.
And after you get booked all 3 or you used one, you go get another one.
I have a question.
This is the same thing.
I don't even remember if I asked this. So do you have to deplete all 3 in order to know? It's just
you use one, you can get another one.
Holy
So
smokes.
as soon as you check in,
wow,
it says, I mean, there'll be some kinks, I'm sure, folks.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
But
Right, but we should also say, so this is the 24th. So
Of July,
then,
yes. Less than a month away.
But then we take our trip, and we will be there, maybe 3 weeks after it starts? Well, about 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks or so.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
To iron out those kinks. And hopefully by then they'll probably be, I'd say pretty much all the bugs may be out within that time. But
I mean, that remains to be seen, I'm going to be honest. I mean, hopefully. But, IT. I mean, there's so many factors. I mean, if Genie Plus system didn't get overwhelmed, this should not get overwhelmed. But the reason why I say make sure you update your app, because every little bug, they're going to have to kind of put a patch out, and you just want to get the most updated version so you can fully experience your vacation. So that's exactly what this is. This is what people have been waiting for. So you don't have to be looking at your phone around the park trying to make your next reservation. You already can have 3, maybe 4 if you want to pay for it, rides, attractions chosen out while you're still sitting at home. Done. Now, as far as Lightning Lane options and the Lightning Lane multi-pass, right, for Magic Kingdom Park, remember you get to choose up to 3 multi-pass experiences and the arrival windows. So again, same kind of thing. It's going to have 1 hour, right? And of course, I'm just going to give that caveat. Everything is subject to change without notice and subject to availability, right?
Right.
Now, you get to choose. Here's a little asterisk, let's say.
Fine print.
Yeah. Let's talk Magic Kingdom Park experiences, right? And you can't choose like 3 from one group. So they're trying to spread it out. So here we go. You can choose 1 experience ahead of time from this group. Big Thunder Mountain, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan's Flight, Space Mountain, or Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That's key. So that means it's coming here. I don't even know if it'll be on virtual queue at that point. Mm-hmm. And it's not on there at Magic Kingdom with Seven Dwarfs. So that tells me that's going to be the individual Lightning Lane single thing still.
Right. So, I mean, that would still be equivalent to what it is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you get pay per play. Right. So you get to choose one of those. One of those. You can't choose all 3 attractions to be Space Mountain, Tiana's, and Peter Pan.
So this is the fine print. Okay. Mm-hmm. So then what's the second grouping? So
you could choose your other 2 experiences or all 3 from this group. Barnstormer, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Dumbo, Haunted Mansion, Small World, Mad Tea Party, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Mickey's Filler Magic, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Pirates of the Caribbean, Tomorrowland Speedway, and Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. Now, remember, once you redeem a selection on the day of your park visit, you can choose another multi-pass experience from either group. So it's only the plan ahead that you cannot choose from the top tier, most popular attractions. Big Thunder Mountain, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan, Space Mountain, and Tiana's.
Say that one more time, like the beginning part.
Okay.
So after all 3 are done.
I walk in the park. I'm in the park, and I have chosen my first 3 attractions are Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yep.
Small World, and Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
I go and I'm like, Tiana's first thing in the morning. Heather hates me because we're going to get soaking wet. And it's great. Okay. I buzz in, check in. I'm done. Got it. I'm online. Now, once I redeem that selection, I can choose another one from either group. Jungle Cruise is probably 7 o'clock at night at that point, but I'm going on Jungle. That's the next one we're choosing, Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
Or I can, of course, choose the lower tier, so to speak.
I got it. I have another question, but I want to wait and see maybe if you get there.
Okie doke. So now, once you're in, right, and it's, of course, subject to availability, right? So those top tiers, it's going to be later. So if you're spending all day in the park, sure. But otherwise, it will not. All right? And then from there, okay, if you also have valid admission with the park hopper option, you could even choose a multi-pass experience in a different theme park, which is kind of similar to the old system, right? So you could go to Magic Kingdom in the morning, do whatever 3 attractions or however you want, and as you have now gone through the first gate of your multi-pass group and checked in, I'm now going to Epcot later in the day, and I want to get on Soarin', I can choose that as one of my multi-pass later in the day. So I know this is confusing, but we're trying to run through the scenario so everybody understands it. So if you have that park option, you can choose a multi-pass experience in a different theme park.
That was my question, so I'm glad I held it.
Got it. Single pass attractions, not available with multi-pass. A Lightning Lane single pass can be purchased for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron Light Cycle Run. So those are the only ones that are single pass that you would have to purchase. Now, we don't know the cost. I think it's going to be pretty expensive.
Tron, is that on virtual queue still?
So that's the thing.
Did they say anything about
They're
virtual
not
queue?
saying anything about virtual queue at this moment.
Boy.
So I don't know. I would be, listen, you announce this and you get rid of virtual queue for people who don't want to pay, you're going to get some blowback. So I don't know.
Like a tiered or just kind of wait and see?
Yeah, I find it hard to believe they'll be getting rid of it.
Okay.
So I think it'll still be around. For how long, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So that is specifically at Magic Kingdom. Okay. Got it?
Got
All
it.
right. Now, if we talk, let's go to Hollywood Studios. Again, multi-pass experiences. You can choose up to 3, with your arrival windows. Here, you get to choose one from this group. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith, and Slinky Dog Dash. Choose one from there. Then the other 2, or all 3, can be from this group. Alien Swirling Saucers, Beauty and the Beast live on stage, Disney Junior Play and Dance for the first time in forever, Frozen Sing-Along, Indiana Jones, Stunt Spectacular, Muppet Vision, Star Tours, The Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, and Toy Story Mania. Again, you redeem them. You can then choose from any of them.
I like it.
The Lightning Lane Single Pass can still be purchased for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. That's the only one that will be a single pass Lightning Lane purchase will be Star Wars. Okay?
Hold on. Is that normal?
Well, right now, there's a standby line.
Not just there. Like, is Slinky usually on that?
No. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So, all right, Animal Kingdom. Multi-pass experiences. You can choose 3 from any of these. Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, Feathered Friends in Flight, Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Cali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safaris, and the Navi River Journey. Now, so there is no group really there. You just choose from 3 from that group. And then the Lightning Lane Single Pass can be purchased for Avatar Flight of Passage. And last but not least, Epcot, you could choose up to 1 experience from this group, which I thought was kind of interesting they included one of these. Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Soarin' Around the World. So they put that in that higher tier, which I thought was kind of interesting. Honestly, I would not waste your one on Soarin'. You go later at night, you can go on it multiple times.
Very true.
Another day, tips for that as we experience it. The other 2 experiences from the group, Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival, Journey into Imagination with Figment, Living with the Land, Mission Space, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, Spaceship Earth, and Turtle Talk with Crush, right? Mm-hmm. Single pass attractions, not available with multi-pass, Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind. So you'll be able to pay for those individual rides. The only one that has 2 is Magic Kingdom with Tron and Seven Dwarfs. Everything else is 1 that you pay. And I would presume they are still going to have the virtual queue at least with Guardians and
right.
And
Tiana
Tiana to start, but it seems like that's going to go away, I think.
Tron.
Yeah, with Tron. So I don't know how they're going to it'll be interesting to see how they run 2 at one park. So we'll see. But so that's the big news right now.
Yep.
In regards to what they're doing with that.
We will continue to monitor it, and because I'm sure it's going to, some people may have access before this, like kind of, certain like social figures or whatnot. So we're just going,
Right.
monitor it. There's been a lot of celebratory, I guess you could say, posts that we're
People are
seeing.
excited because it's Fast Pass Plus back. It's reincarnated.
Right.
But you have to pay for it.
Right.
That's the difference. but it's better because you can plan way in advance.
Advanced, right? And I remember.
And
I want to say I remember like when we would go with friends, we would always try to get around the same time to be on the ride.
Right.
So
right.
I mean that makes it easier.
And if your reservations are linked, yeah.
Yeah. So again, this is a lot to take in. Don't be afraid to contact your agent. Our agents have been shared this information. We're all talking about it. So, or you can send whoever it may be this podcast, because if you're anything like me at this point, you're just learning about it through someone. So, yeah, don't be afraid to even ask your questions here. Maybe there's some things that we haven't even thought of that's being asked. So we're here.
Yeah, and there's another image that Heather can put, like a kind of a cheat sheet card.
Yeah,
that
I saw that.
I sent out just to kind of give a little bit of clarity, in regards, to this.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that, as I was reading, that often came up with, I mean, it is bombshell news, so there was some, frequently asked questions, in regards to this. You don't. I just think it is a paradigm shifting thing, but people do have to understand you're still gonna have to spend the money. It's not back. It's not truly back to the old system, right? Mm-hmm. Of Fast Pass, but this is sheer proof that Walt Disney World and Bob Iger is listening to fans, right? And really making some changes. And the fact that people would prefer to have the option to do more of their planning before their theme park day. Mm-hmm. This new system with Lightning Lane Multipass and Single Pass accomplishes this, and also provides more certainty in allowing guests to coordinate ride reservations with dining, as well as other plans, right? The biggest complaints of the old system is waking at the 7 a.m. wake-up call on vacation and too much screen time during the day, right? You'd have to wake up, sign up for it, and choose your 3 selections at 7 a.m. or whatever prior to your park opening. Choose it, and then, so this, it just removes that wake-up call so you can enjoy your vacation, mm-hmm. right? And the planning's done before, which you're doing anyway. So, it really helps, in that regard. So July 24th, and it's not rebranding, right? It's not rebranding of Genie Plus. It's a complete overhaul that definitely has more in common with Fast Pass Plus than Genie Plus. And I know some people are going to be upset about if you are not staying on site, you only get 3 days notice.
Wow. Right. Well,
but that's one of the perks. They're trying to increase their hotel capacities.
Sure.
You can't blame them for that, right? I mean,
right.
And of course, you can purchase any of your Lightning Lane passes for days that you have a valid theme park admission, starting at 7 a.m. on your first day of eligibility. So 7 days out, 7 a.m. while you're home, right?
And that's the first day of your arrival.
Right, 7 days prior.
7 days prior to your
Think of it as your
day.
dining calendar backwards. Yep. It's not 60 days. It's only 70.
Sure.
Right? And, it really, so depending upon, remember, your ticket type, it's going to matter. So if when you purchase your tickets through your agent, you say which day is your first date of your ticket. That's a date-based theme park ticket because you have to choose it, right, as well. For the entire duration. So, July 24th is going to be a fun day. That's suffice to say. It's a brand new system, and there's 2 to 3 weeks worth of guests trying to make their selections that same day, right? Mm-hmm. In general. So Disney IT will be definitely busy. Again, all Disney properties are included, as well as those few that are the third party. The Walt Disney World Dolphin, Swan, and Swan Reserve, and Shades of Green Resort. So, I don't know. I think everything will work. It won't start if you have early park entry, right? For staying on property, it starts a half hour beforehand. I don't think the attractions will start earlier with the system. It's still going to be off the same time.
I agree.
So, but you can purchase, everything that you need. At the same transaction. So it'll be It'll be easy for if you want the multi-pass or the single pass.
Okay.
All righty?
All right.
And then the big thing that everybody keeps asking us is the prices. It's going to vary by date. It's going to vary by theme park. It's going to vary by attractions. Starting on July 24th, you'll be able to view those prices, and we'll keep you posted in the My Disney Experience app. So just what I would say is the multi-pass will probably peak at $39 per person again.
But is it for all, like, the entire time, or is
No,
it
no,
for...
it's per day.
Right. No, per day.
Per person.
But
Family of 4 is
you
$120.
can use it
all day.
Multiple times throughout the day. It's not just
Genie
those
Plus,
3.
you could do the same thing. No, it's not just 3. Remember, you go through the gate, you get your next one.
Right.
So, and again, that $39 is going to be, I'd say, around Christmas, those really, really
high demand.
Right, the
Yes.
Halloween parties and so forth. So it is a per person, per day, not for the duration of your visit. So if you buy 1 day of Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, you'll make 3 selections. And if you purchase it for 4 days, you'll basically get 12 if you didn't use any more. But you could do 12 ahead of time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So, no more 120-minute rule. That's gone. So that's a beautiful thing.
Ridiculous.
Right? There won't be re-rides, right? So just like it was with Genie Plus, you won't be able to book the same Lightning Lane more than once per day. So you couldn't go on Tiana's twice. I mean, you can with standby.
Right.
Right? But you can't go, twice otherwise. Park hopping is available, as I mentioned. There is not an additional charge for park hopping with multipass. You do not need to pay for the Lightning Lane multipass a second time. So if you go to 2 or 3 parks, it doesn't matter. That was different. Prices will defer, and of course, make sure you keep it locked here, and we can keep you going with all that information. And we went over the attractions. Okay, so. As more and more of this information
is released,
thank you, we will ensure that we keep you posted because here's my thought. The tiers of the resorts that we went through with here, you could choose from this one and that one, is going to vary. So, for example, I know, like I said, I was kind of surprised about Soarin'. Well, I think that's going to go back down to Group B once Test Track returns and reclaims its rightful spot in Group A. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So, I would, it'll be due time, right? But there will be character meet and greets will be re-added, I believe, in 2025 with capacity. So, that would be my biggest thing. Okay. Any other final thoughts on it right now? Because virtual queues, nothing's happening. Right? They are different. Lightning lanes are separate and distinct from virtual queues, which are currently in use at Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron. And, I mean, Tiana's, I don't know if they're still using it or not. So you can still join those free virtual queues and pay for a Lightning Lane. So if you wanted to ride Guardians twice or Tron twice, right, it's just an alternative to a standby line, whereas the other one skips the line. So even though it's virtual, you'll still have a longer wait for the ride upon returning to the virtual queue than you will with the Lightning Lane. Lightning Lane's going to blow you through that line. So if you're quick and you want to go, right?
There you go.
And again, Tiana's in 2 days will be using the virtual queue for some amount of time. We don't know what that is, but that same 7 a.m., sorry, Heather, you got to get up, set the alarm, boarding pass dash that occurs now will continue. So that wake-up call is not necessarily over, at least for now. Unless you want to buy your way out of it with all these Lightning Lanes. And nothing has changed with standby lines. So you can still, of course...
Wait, old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Wait online.
Yeah. I mean, Fast Pass Plus was 60 days. This is 7 and 14, which they may change, right?
Okay.
But, alrighty. Any other final thoughts?
No, just again, we'll just when we hear more information, we'll share it out. In the meantime, feel free to ask us questions. You can visit us on our socials at Magical Destinations Travel Co. Our website is bookmdtravel.com. And if you can continue to listen to us on wherever you get your podcast from, or check us out on YouTube at Disney Vibes.
That's it. Till next time, let the vacation vibes flow.
Find Disney Vibes for all your vacation needs on the web at bookmdtravel.com.